And writing my book, it was immensely transformative because I had to step into someone I was becoming and wasn't yet. I wanted to be a published author, but when you're writing a book, if it's your first book, you haven't done that yet. So it takes a lot of faith and trust that this is going to work out. And there was so many steps I didn't even know about, since I wanted to go the traditional publishing route with a publisher versus self-publishing, having a literary agent, writing a manuscript and a book proposal, and then having publishers reject it so many times, sometimes with really scathing remarks about my work. Sometimes I would cry, and I easily could have stopped because it was really tough emotionally to hear some of the criticism and feedback. And yet each time I would take my time out to literally cry and be like, okay, Lisa, let's print out this email. There's one in particular from one publisher. A lot of them were kind and just, no, this doesn't resonate with us. But one in particular was very, very specific about things they disliked about my manuscript. And I printed it out, and they actually had some good feedback that I was able to incorporate in the final draft that I did get a publishing deal. And it was awesome with Inner Traditions, a wonderful publisher. And it really helped heal my to put myself out there and believe in myself. Like, I knew I had a book that was so important to be read that like nothing was going to stop me. And I was like, this book is going to manifest. Like, I'm committed to the 3.5-year process. And when I even thought about endorsements, because that was something I took really seriously, I wanted really beautiful endorsements. And I started that process a year or so before my manuscript was even finished. And when I thought, who in the world would I love to endorse my book? The Dali Lama came to mind. And I started laughing. I was like, okay, Lisa, the Dali Lama, you want the Dali Lama to endorse your book. And I almost dismissed myself. And I was like, you know what? Like, who do I have to become for His Holiness to endorse my book? And I sought out through meditation, which for me, you asked, is setting a phone on my alarm. Some mornings it might be 5 or 10 minutes, and having it on silent and just closing my eyes. And I imagine breathing through my heart. So in my body, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, to really just feel into my heart space. And I start to feel really soothed when I'm there. And it took about 2 years, Casper, I'm not exaggerating. I thought about His Holiness. Like, what does that mean to me, really? And I thought about His Holiness to me is about compassion. Like, when you hear Him do Facebook Lives or read any of His teachings, it's really about being compassionate to fellow humans and yourself and animals and just in general. And I was like, okay, how do I need to be more compassionate? And I started to notice that when my internet goes down, I might be really short with the representative helping me and not that kind of a person. And I heard, you got to clean that up. And then say at the grocery, instead of being on my phone while checking out, say, hey, how's your day? Like, being more present. And it took for me like almost a 2-year process until one day I sat in meditation, Casper, and I saw His Holiness there. And he said, I want to read your book. Send it to me. And I emailed my manuscript. And in less than 3 weeks, I got the most beautiful letter from His Holiness of endorsement. And I got it along with a New York Times bestseller and other really progressive thinkers on our planet alive today. And it was like, wow, it really works when you start to, take the steps to become that person you most want to be. It makes me emotional. Like, it really all comes together for you. And I want people to know that.
Yeah, no, it's an incredible story, and the power of manifestation, right? I don't think we realize how much power we have. I talk a lot about self-healing. We have that power. Like you said, you get a paper cut, you don't even need to. Your body's an amazing self-healing organism. It will heal you without you even thinking about it. But it's also an amazing self-manifesting organism, being, you could say. And this idea, The Secret and so many others were out there